Now, the textbook that we'll be using is Science, Technology, and Society Outcome-Based Module by Quinto and Nieva. Although there is no PDF available for this book, for this STS book, but the module that we have is based on that. So you will be reading on the salient and most important points that are given in this book. So please take note. You have to really read very well your modules and listen to the pre-recorded video so that you will be prepared for the not only for the examination, but later I will mention that we will be having quizzes as well. So that's our textbook. Now, how are you going to be graded for this semester? Now, the approved grading scheme by our institution are the following. Course and discussion and quizzes will be 20%. Class activities will be 40%. And midterm and final examination will be 40%. As you will notice, midterm will be 20% of your grade. The final exam will also be 20% of your grade. So that will be a total of 40%. So I would suggest that you really study very well so that you can maximize the 40% for your grade. In addition to that, all the class activities that we'll be having will be bulked here. So this includes the project. You will be having a two-dimensional and a three-dimensional project that you will be doing on a particular topic. You will also be doing your research paper and video, laboratory exercise or DIY activities, class activities, and also assignments. So just take note of the assignments and activities given at the end of each unit of your module so that you will be able to take care of the 40% of your grade. Now, for course discussion, out at those times that we will be having our synchronous meeting, maybe it will be consultation or maybe it will be discussion on certain aspects that you might not understand. So please be prepared on those times to have your questions so we can discuss them. And you will also be graded in your participation in this discussion and or in this consultation. In addition to the discussion, you will also be having your quizzes. And just to inform you, the quizzes will be done in a weekly basis through our designated learning management system. So please take note that there is a timer for our quizzes and there is a method by which your quiz can be monitored so that I will be able to know if you are shifting tabs. So our quizzes is closed notes, so you are not allowed to really to look at your notes, especially those notes that is installed in your computer. So there is a program that will be able to take note if you are shifting from tab to tab. So that will tell me if you are looking or probably looking at your notes in your computer. So I would like to mention that you are just allowed to maintain that particular tab for your quiz, and that may be around maybe 5 minutes or 6 depending on the degree of difficulty of the quiz. So just take note that we'll be having the quiz on a weekly basis. In addition to that, since you will be submitting a lot of requirements, a lot of activities and assignments for our course, take note that the file naming scheme, I need your file naming scheme, and this is how you're going to do that. You will name your file in this manner, write STS, and then you put a line. You write down the week number. Is it week number 1, week number 2, and then underline, and then your last name and your first name initial, as you can see in this example. The reason for this is since there will be a lot of students who will be submitting their requirements alongside you, it will be very difficult if there will be several naming schemes. So we'll just use this one so it will be easier for me to retrieve your requirements. So that's for the file naming scheme. Now we have several house rules. This will help you to be able to do your best in our class. Number one is a reminder that you need to participate actively in each discussion to maximize your learning. This is especially true for our discussion consultation time. So you are expected to really participate. Another house rule, number two, is for you to try and hard to follow the course syllabus. So please take note of the uh, activities that you should be doing on those particular weeks. Number three, submit activity sheets on or before their due dates. You will be duly informed and reminded about the deadline for each of the activity. So you are expected to submit your requirements on time. Although I mentioned that I will not be strict with the deadline, but if you will not do all of the requirements at the appointed time, you might have some problems at the end of the semester or before the midterms, and you will not be able to do your best in doing all of your requirements. So just make sure that you submit on time. That is much better. Fourth house rule: activity sheets should be written in English, and you're also allowed to write in Filipino if you are having difficulty expressing yourself in Filipino. But please be sure to be grammatical and write as effectively as possible, which means it must have clarity, must have coherence, must have organization, and it must be concise as well. So that's for number four. Number five, do your activity sheets assignment yourselves and observe the ethics of scholarship. So you are expected, especially for those assignments and activities, you're expected to do those on your own. So you are not allowed really to talk with each other or to consult with one another, except for those activities where collaboration is needed. So you may discuss your work with each other, for example, during online study sessions or in a study group of schedule. Number six, now this is very important. If you borrow or use an idea from another source, meaning someone other than yourself, be sure to cite that source or sources. So this means that you have to, for example, enclosing quoted material in quotation marks or use italics and write the source. In other words, you have to make sure that whenever you get an idea from someone else, you have to indicate who is your source or from where your source is. Please take note that in our institution, plagiarism can be grounds for suspension or expulsion. Now, how will you be writing the citation? Just take note of the website here from owl.english.purdue.edu. So this is a good help in order for you to make your citations in the proper way, which is the APA style or the American Psychological Association manner or guideline manner of citing your citations. Number seven, always keep a duplicate copy of your activity sheets in your files just in case you need to resubmit them. So this is very important. There has been cases in the past that students have submitted their requirements, but some accident, maybe there was a glitch in the computer or a glitch in the LMS. So the problem is their requirements disappear. So make sure that you will keep a copy of your requirements so that if ever you need to resubmit them, it's already available. Number eight, SMS or text messages and phone calls should be kept to a minimum, should be sent made only when necessary, and only between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Monday to Friday. So you can text me or you can message me. You can you can post in my messenger any questions that you have so that we can discuss those questions. But make sure that it will be around only about from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. because we also need to rest and we have to be with our family. So we will not be able to really answer your questions if it would be beyond this time. Now, for my situation particularly, I have classes on Saturday because of my PhD studies, so I might not be able to answer your questions immediately. Okay, so just take note of this. And for the last few slides, please go and join our Google Classroom, Science, Technology, and Society. I have already sent you the link and the class code. So make sure that you will join because all of our materials will be placed in this Google Classroom and announcements as well. And please join also our class FB page. So there are two we have two two groups, the Google Classroom and the FB. In the FB page, you will be posting here the pictures and videos of your requirements that you will be doing for the rest of the semester. And that's it. So I hope that you understood all our discussion, and we'll be seeing each other on the next meeting. So with this, I'll be ending, and thank you, and I'll see you next time.